Hi everyone, I'm Miss Babis and I am the new coding teacher here at Thunderbird High. If you're watching this video, it means that you have a student taking Introduction to Coding Foundations, which is our first year coding course. First, a little bit about myself. This is going to be my first full year as a teacher. I spent a year substitute teaching, and before that I was a web developer for 6 years. Using the same technologies that I'm going to be teaching your students. While I was working as a web developer, I discovered that my favorite part about that job was teaching younger developers how to be better developers. So I thought I would make a career out of that. The topic of this class, we're going to develop coding skills while learning to create websites. We are going to use the languages HTML, CSS, and JavaScript, but the skills that we learn are valuable when using any programming language. And just as with spoken languages, programming languages get easier to learn the more of them that you learn. We have just concluded our unit on HTML. We've spent 2 weeks learning about HTML. Students just had their first test today, and they did very well on it. We've been seeing a lot of enthusiasm in this class as well. I've seen that a lot of students are doing extra work, having fun making web pages using HTML. I'm really hoping that enthusiasm continues when we start CSS next week. The curriculum also has Python. If we have time, we will be studying Python as well. Now I'll go over the format of a typical day in this class. Almost every class period, the students will have a bell ringer, which is a short little exercise to either practice something they learned yesterday or gain a little bit of familiarity with what we're about to learn that period. This is posted in Google Classroom generally, and it's for a completion grade. So as long as the student is participating, they'll get full points in this category. After that, we'll have a group lesson, which is either a slide presentation like this or a group coding session where myself or one of the students will share code that they're writing. And either way, we will take breaks to do comprehension checks. With the slide presentations like this, it's really easy because the students will be able to do clicker questions. With the coding sessions, I'll usually collect code at the end of class to see if students are able to apply what we've been covering. This would be an in-class assignment, and those are typically graded very, very leniently. If the student is applying the concepts that we learned in the lesson, they'll get full points on those as well. Most of the grade in this class is projects, so it's very important that the students are putting effort into their projects and asking for help on their projects. That's probably my biggest expectation in this class, is that the students are using in-class time to work on their long-term projects that I'm giving, 3, 4, 5 days or even a couple weeks on, that they'll be spending in-class time working on those, and that they'll be asking for help as they need it. Also, the single most important skill to learn in this class is to check work as you go. In programming, it's really important that you write a little bit of code at a time and then make sure that it does what you expect it to. The software we're using in this class makes that really easy. Students can write HTML code in the software that we have, and in the white area on the right, it will actually show the output of this code as I'm typing. Students who do well are going to get in the habit of writing a little bit of code and then looking to make sure that it does what they expect it to. So this is going to be a very important skill for the students to develop. And I also expect students to ask for help when they need it. If a student does need help, they can get help during class, they can private message me. They can get help from another student most of the time. And they can also come in and see me during office hours. Office hours are Tuesday through Friday, 1:55 p.m. to 2:35 p.m. Students can come to the same WebEx meeting room as the class is normally held in and request one-on-one assistance or tutoring from me. Students are also welcome to get help with personal projects. If a student is interested in exploring a topic that isn't taught in this class or learning a new language, I definitely want to stoke that enthusiasm, and provided that there's time during office hours, I will help them, help find them resources for learning about those topics, and help direct their independent study, review their code, whatever I can do to help them learn about other computer science topics. If you have any questions for me, my phone number is listed here, as well as my email. This information is also posted in the syllabus, which I emailed to you, I believe, last week. So please don't hesitate to send me any questions you may have or concerns that you may have. And I look forward to having a great year.